Charlie Kirk was a conservative political speaker and podcast host who had gained a massive following due to his ability to reach a wide range of audience members with the use of broad knowledge and skillful debating techniques on his opponents. He was most known for being the co founder and head spokesman of Turning Point USA, an organization set out to push free markets, the use of limited government in our systems, and the importance of protecting and upholding a capitalist society. Charlie's motivation to create this company and dedicate his life to promoting its values was fueled after witnessing the aftermath of Obama's first term by 2012. He wanted to change Americans' minds on politics of all ages, but during this period, he paid close attention to the public education systems and how they're becoming more left leaning and progressive as the years went on, mainly starting in and centering around colleges, as opposed to any other type of institution. Around the time of Turning Point's creation, he read that around 75% of college students were registered Democrats. Charlie felt that if he could shift this by 10 percentage points in the Republicans' favor, he will have done his part and his mission would have become a success. With Democrat leadership basically taking over college systems in recent times and in a way we've not seen before, this goal seemed far out of reach. But Charlie's dedication to continue college campus debates throughout the years had ended up paying off, accomplishing his goal by the time of the 2024 election. But why would Charlie specifically choose colleges as his prime focus for all of his debates? Well, he lists a few crucial reasons. He realized that these establishments would shape the minds of the youth, and these are future generations that would soon vote or are already voting in presidential elections. On top of this, almost all their political beliefs, heavily influencing which candidate they will choose, will more than likely be determined in those 4 years. Another reason is that the individuals who are more likely to side with the Democrat Party dominated college campuses, with an abnormally large portion of the professors and staff employed at these institutions being more left leaning than not. This would mean that most lectures and assignments would have a particular bias towards one specific side, and the students would be forced to go along with it in fear of a lower grade, whether they have a differing opinion or not. Although not a college graduate himself, Charlie was well aware of this and how much it had become more prevalent over the past decade, that it needed to be addressed and not overlooked. Year after year, he would travel to different cities and states, setting up at different college campuses and challenging anyone who wanted to debate him on a wide variety of topics. Instead of standing on a stage with only a single microphone as a way of preaching, he would hand them one as well to argue points back. As he grew in popularity, most times students would be aware days prior that he was going to speak at their campus, giving them time to brainstorm questions and think of any possible rebuttal to his arguments. But Charlie never went off any script himself. Every quick witted response he would give was genuine and from his own personal knowledge of the topic, showing how well rounded he was. He would often get into heated exchanges with students, usually depending on the issue, but he was always respectful and didn't shout or throw insults unless they did first. Although many didn't side with Charlie on every single thing he presented, his articulate points combined with his application of logic and common sense to everything he combated was more than impressive, or at the very least, hard not to agree with. That's definitely a huge reason why so many people were on his side. He went from being completely unknown to loved and respected by the thousands of college students who had gotten to witness him debate in person, or had gotten to know him through the several online platforms he posted on. In fall of 2025, Charlie Kirk, along with Turning Point USA, had planned the American Comeback Tour, starting on September 10th, with the first campus being Utah Valley University, in front of a crowd of roughly 3,000 people. About 20 minutes into the event, in the middle of a back and forth dialogue with the second speaker, a single shot rang out. Charlie had been struck in the neck and died almost instantly. microphone still in hand. To say that the majority of people were shocked when hearing the news would be an understatement. Everybody knew the risks people like Charlie faced when doing these sorts of events, but nobody expected somebody to commit and act like that, especially in front of such a large crowd. The days or even next few hours following his assassination had led to a mixed range of emotions. While most were grieving and wondering how security could have allowed this to happen, others took to social media to celebrate and make jokes on this man's death. If people weren't already having strong feelings of shock, frustration, and anger over the situation, they certainly were now. This was the case for any sensible individual that either knew or didn't know Charlie, because it was another human life taken in one of the most unfair ways possible. To fully understand it, you have to put yourself in the shoes of someone who, for the most part, is neutral politically and maybe didn't know who Charlie Kirk was at all, and ask yourself, what did they see that day? Well, they scrolled their social media feed to see a political speaker, husband, and father get shot down in front of thousands of his supporters, including his wife and child. Then, as they kept scrolling, would see video after video of somebody making fun of or mocking his death, genuinely happy that he's gone solely due to his political beliefs differing from theirs. That did not sit well with most people and made them feel extremely uneasy about the current division within our country and what it may mean for the future. For over a week following Charlie's assassination, a lot of people showed their true colors, reacting with smiles and celebration to such a terrible event. However, the majority of the population views Charlie's death as a national tragedy, losing one of the best and brightest we had in the political realm, and all for nothing, a truly pointless act of violence. He has become a martyr for restoring free speech and upholding Christian values, which are things that have been targeted in recent times by the media and are the exact things he swore to protect and ended up taking a bullet for. There have also been many people who didn't know Charlie before his assassination, wondering why so many would be happy he was killed, painting him as a bad person. This caused them to do their own research on him and watch his debates in full without anything being taken out of context, only to find out they agree with almost everything he was saying. So even after death, Charlie continues to gain more followers and support. But there will never be anybody else quite like Charlie. And that's what makes this loss so much more devastating. He devoted his life to this cause and improved the lives of so many individuals along the way. If there's one thing to take from his passing, it's that demons do in fact walk this earth, and there is true evil in this world, because evil took Charlie that day. But if that's the case, then there must be good as well.